So once upon a midsummer's eve, I was working at my nondescript Mexican food restaurant next to my buddy Pedro up front. And this little girl walks in, and nothing stands out about her at first, other than the fact that the moment she sees Pedro, her eyes go really wide, and she makes a big circle around to get to my register. By the way, I'm white. And I look at this little girl, because it's funny the way she dances all the way around him to get to me. And I watch as her parents walk in, and they seem perfectly normal. They just walk straight up to me. But not to Pedro, who has an open register, and I'm helping someone. So person leaves, family comes up, they order their nondescript Mexican food, and they leave. And I'm like, okay, bada bing, bada boom. I go into the back to do some work, and right before I turn around, the little girl runs up and wants to order one more thing, one little dessert item. So I ring that up for her, I head into the back, and then I hear this scream. And I come running back up to the front, and this little girl is terrified as Pedro's trying to hand her little dessert treat thing. And I was like, what's wrong? And she yells, the terrorist touched my food. And at that point, warning bells went off in my head of, wait, what? And her dad kind of stood up to walk over to her. And Eileen and I go, what do you mean the terrorist? Do you think he's Muslim? And the little girl goes, yeah. And Daddy says that all Muslims are. And the dad puts his hand right over her mouth and says, that's enough out of you, little princess. And he looks up at me, and there's this 5-second pause of all the awkwardness before going, can we get a bag to get our food to go? And I say, I'll get that for you in one moment. So I grab the bag, I hand it to him, they leave, and the little girl stays right there at my counter. And I lean over and I go, Pedro here isn't actually Muslim. He's Mexican. And her eyes get wide again, like this wonder of curiosity. And she leans in really close and goes, did he steal this job? And I lost it. I had to put a tray over my face as I laughed my ass off. And Pedro walks into the back, just storms off as the family walks out and leaves. And we just hear this super loud, I fucking knew it! He comes running back into the front and goes, they support Trump, motherfuckers!